Kavrik stood in the command chamber, his crystalline exoskeleton reflecting the amber emergency lights. As fleet commander of the Galactic Concordance's 3rd Expeditionary Force, he had faced plasma storms, dimensional rifts, and the horrors of deep space combat without flinching. But the sound echoing through the corridors of his flagship made his primary hearts ache in a way no weapon ever had. "Status report," he demanded, his translator rendering his clicks and whistles into standard Concordance common. His second officer, a 4-armed Talaxian, manipulated the holographic display with trembling appendages. "Commander, the human shuttle departed 20 minutes ago. She is beyond recall range." But the nursery wing... The younglings refused to be consoled. Kavrik's mandibles tightened. Lysa Ren, the human. The problem? She was unremarkable by human standards' average height, brown hair tied back in their customary fashion, wearing the simple gray uniform of Concordance support staff. But when she smiled, something inexplicable happened to the atmosphere of any room she entered. The real problem began in the nursery wing. The Crithian dawn carried the offspring of 17 different species. Space travel was long, and many crew members brought their families on extended deployments. The younglings were cared for by trained specialists using proven concordance techniques, optimal nutrition, educational stimulation programs, and scheduled socialization periods. It should have been sufficient. But infant mortality rates had been climbing. Younglings failed to thrive. Medical scans showed nothing wrong, yet they languished. The Talaxian hatchlings stopped eating. The Vren pups lost their luminescence. The Crithian larvae refused to pupate. Then a Seren had walked into the nursery, heard the cries, and done something no concordance protocol had ever suggested. She picked them up, she held them, she sang to them. Kavrik remembered the shock on the specialists' faces when they found her, 3 days into her assignment, sitting on the floor with 7 different species of younglings crawling over her lap. She was making nonsensical sounds, peekaboo, and who's a good baby, things that had no tactical value whatsoever. But the younglings were thriving. Within 2 weeks, every health metric had improved. The nursery specialists, trained professionals with decades of experience, stood baffled as this human did what their science could not. She made the children feel safe. "Commander," his second officer interrupted his thoughts, "we're receiving reports from all decks. The younglings are refusing sustenance. Some are damaging themselves against the containment barriers." silence answered him. Then, slowly, other commanders began adding their voices to his channel. The Celestial Honor, the Wandering Star, dozens of ships, all reporting the same crisis. The response came faster than Kavrok had dared hope. Directive 7743 is hereby suspended pending review. All human personnel are to be recalled immediately. Perhaps Kavrok considered humans weren't the problem. Perhaps they were something the Concordants had never encountered before, the solution to a question they hadn't known to ask. What do you call a species that can soothe the children of 17 different biological families? The database had no answer. But Kavrok did. You called them necessary.